There once was a little girl who wore a red hood everywhere she went. So all her friends and family nicknamed her Little Red Riding Hood.
Hi.
Every Sunday, Little Red Riding Hood and her sister Goldilocks would wake up extra early and bake scones. While they were in the oven, they'd play hopscotch. Once the scones were cooked, they would put them, along with some of Mum's treats, into a cane basket, and Little Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks and Mum would walk to Granny's. Granny lived in the woods near a big oak tree just across the road from the Three Bears house. One Sunday, Goldilocks was invited to attend the regional hopscotch championships, which were being held over the hills and far away. This meant that they would have to miss out on going to Granny's this week. Little Red Riding Hood was very disappointed.
Oh, Mum, can I please walk to Grandma's by myself? While you and Goldilocks go over the hills and far away? I woke up extra early to bake scones.
I'm not sure about that, Little Red Riding Hood. Do you know the way?
Yes, of course I do. Grandma's house is in the woods, near the big oak tree, just across the road from the Three Bears house.
Well, I suppose you can go.
Oh, thank you.
But you must follow my 3 rules. Rule 1, no talking to strangers. Rule 2, stick to the path. And Rule 3, don't eat anything from the basket until you get to Granny's.
Yeah, of course, I'll follow all those rules. You just wait and see.
So Little Red Riding Hood's mum packed a few extra yummy treats into the cane basket and sent her on her way.
Bye, Mum.
Bye, dear. Don't forget those 3 rules.
Little Red Riding Hood hadn't been walking long when she heard something rustling in the bushes.
Oh, little girl, why don't you come over here so we can have a chat?
Little Red Riding Hood couldn't quite make out who the figure in the scrub was, so she thought she'd better go and have a closer look. To her surprise, the figure standing in the scrub was a big wolf. She thought he seemed friendly enough, so she introduced herself.
Hi, big Mr. Wolf, sir. My name is Little Red Riding Hood. What's your name?
Absolutely splendid to meet you, little Miss Riding Hood. My name is the big bad, the big good wolf. What a delightful looking cane basket you've got there.
Yes, it's full of scones. And Mum's extra special treats.
I do love scones. And where might you be taking this basket of goodies?
My granny's. She lives near the big oak tree.
Ah, yes. I know that house. It's just across the road from the Three Bears house, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, I better be on my way. It was nice to meet you, big good wolf.
Hang on a second there, little red Robin, or whatever your name is. I was thinking you and me could sit under the shade of this lovely tree and I could eat, and we could share those yummy treats in that basket of yours. You don't want your silly old granny hogging it all, do you?
I can't, sorry, Mr. Wolf. That would be breaking one of Mum's rules. Before I left, she gave me 3 rules. No leaving the path, no talking to strangers, and no eating anything out of the basket until I get to Granny's.
Well. It appears you're off the path over here talking to me, who until just recently was a total stranger to you. So that's 2 rules you've already broken. It won't hurt to break 1 more.
Little Red Riding Hood realised the wolf was right. She'd already broken 2 of her mum's rules. It was time to get rid of the pesky wolf. He's not going to give up easy, Little Red Riding Hood thought, so he'll need to be tricked into leaving.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, we can share that basket of goodies. But I can't go to Granny's empty-handed. So can you help me pick some flowers?
Oh, yes, I surely can. I love picking flowers.
Fantastic. I spotted some nice daisies over in that paddock over there.
These ones here look nice.
No, not them. Keep going, the ones further back.
What about these ones here? They look absolutely spectacular.
No, they won't do. Has to be those ones, further back.
Now that the big bad wolf was almost out of sight, Little Red Riding Hood took a chance and made a run for it. She ran as fast as she could through the woods. But all of a sudden, nothing looked familiar, and she realised that she was terribly lost. Meanwhile, the wolf had finally found the perfect bunch of daisies.
Oh my! Little Red Rabbit was right. These are the most stunning daisies I have ever laid eyes on. How about these ones? I said, how about these ones? Little Red Rooster, are you there? Little Red Rooster? It seems she has done a runner on me. And now it seems I'm in the middle of nowhere with nothing but a giant oak tree. Hang on, is that the Three Bears house? Yes, it is. So that would make the house across the road Granny's house.
So the big bad wolf made his way to Granny's house, where he planned to wait for Little Red Riding Hood.
What is this? A note on the door. Dear Little Red Riding Hood, I made you a delicious gingerbread man, but the cheeky little thing has sprung to life and run away. I've gone to look for it. Won't be long. Come in and make yourself at home. See you soon, Granny. Oh, this just keeps getting better and better for the big bad wolf.
So the big bad wolf pranced into Granny's house, and after rummaging through her wardrobe, found her finest Sunday blouse, a nice big pair of reading glasses, and some hot pink lipstick. After dressing himself up, he tucked himself into Granny's bed to await the arrival of Little Red Riding Hood. Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood was still terribly lost. But to her amazement, in the distance she spotted three bears walking together.
I can't wait to get home and eat that porridge.
Oh, yes, it will be splendid. It will be so lovely.
It then dawned on her that if they were the three bears that lived across the road from Granny, her house couldn't be far away. So Little Red Riding Hood followed the bears in the hope that they would lead her to Granny's house.
Oh, super fantastic. Here's Granny's place.
Come in, child.
Hi, Granny.
Oh, why, hello there, little red Robert. How was your walk in the woods? Meet anyone, interesting?
Oh, yes, I did, actually. I met a silly old wolf who said his name was the Big Good Wolf. All he wanted to do was eat my yummy treats. But I tricked him, and it was easy.
No, you didn't.
Well, let's tuck into those yummy treats now, shall we?
Granny, your eyes look bigger than usual.
Oh, all the better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, your hands look really big.
All the better to hug you with, my dear.
Granny, your teeth look really, really big.
All the better to gobble up that basket of goodies. Now give them here.
The big bad wolf leaped out of bed and snatched her basket out of her hands. But before he could even taste a morsel of those yummy treats he'd been waiting so long for, Granny came bursting through the door.
Big bad wolf, I've told you once, I've told you twice, I've told you 1,000 times. Stop sneaking in here and wearing my clothes. Just you wait till your mother hears about this. She'll not be a happy lady.
Ow! Oh, dear, how embarrassing. Oh, my goodness
The
me.
big bad wolf was so embarrassed that he was caught in Granny's finest blouse again that he shot off out of the house like a rocket, never to be seen again. Little Red Riding Hood and Granny could finally enjoy those yummy treats together in peace. Little Red Riding Hood had learnt a very valuable lesson. She learnt that if her mum asked her to do something, it was for a good reason. So from that day on, she followed all her mum's instructions and didn't have any more run-ins with the big bad wolf.